And good morning, everybody. It is Wonderful Wednesday with Fredric Mau. Fredric, you are my friend. You are my esteemed colleague. I am honored that you were on here. I absolutely love getting to watch your presentations, your keynote speaking engagements. You are amazing. And I'm absolutely delighted that I get to see you soon at HypnoThoughts Live. However, Fredric, tell our audience what you will be presenting on at HypnoThoughts Live this year.
Well, first, I'm absolutely delighted to see you, Claudia, and I love seeing you speak, and I'm happy to see you at HypnoThoughts, and I'm really looking forward to getting there. It is going to be really fun. Also, you are way too kind to me, but I appreciate it, and so I'm glad you like my stuff. So there we go. I will be speaking on victory over trauma, solution-focused regression, which is a bit of a different take on regression. I treat a lot of trauma. I'm a mental health counselor as well as a hypnotherapist, and so I use language like treat and diagnose and stuff like that. So I treat a lot of trauma. And the regression I process that I use, I think, is a bit different from the way I've seen it taught by most people. It's definitely different from the regression to cause approaches. I don't have any problem with other approaches to regression, like more power to you, but I do think that you can handle trauma in a way that really is about a solution focus and moving forward. I'm not particularly interested in finding causes or where things came from. I know my process is sort of poetic and it's really fast, and so yeah, that's a little bit to start out.
Well, I want to watch that. Okay, because as you know me, I'm all about and because I am not a mental health counselor, I call trauma emotional significant emotional events and feelings, because they are significant. I'm not talking about the good ones, because they can also be significant emotional events. I'm talking about the not very nice ones. So
Most people are not trying to get rid of the good ones.
no, we want to
getting rid of the not very nice ones is what we're after.
yeah, we want to keep those ones. Yet it is interesting, and I expect you find this as well, though, Fredric, is that when people do release the negative ones, then the good ones, the good memories, then they actually start to take the shining place in people's lives. They remember more of those, and then it's and I mean, that can only be a good thing.
Well, I mean, and I think that's exactly the thing, because the past only provides legitimately two things. I mean, happy memories and lessons learned. And happy memories are strengthening and beautiful, and they add to our experience, and they are wonderful. And a lesson learned doesn't necessarily mean you did something wrong. It just means that, like, I mean, if you violated your own standard, you definitely want to get that lesson. But it could just mean, you did as well as you could at the time, but like in retrospect, you realize, you know what, if that happened again, I could do it better. But if you're doing anything from the past that's not a happy memory or a lesson learned, all you're doing is like importing trouble from the past into the present and screwing up the present. So yeah, we want like to get into positive emotions and memories and pull them forward. Like that is really I have that blossoming. That is really beautiful. And I do believe in dealing with the negative emotional events that I think you termed it. Yeah, we have to go deal with that. But the goal of therapy is not the absence of problems; it's the presence of joy.
Oh, and isn't that just so divine?
Yeah, that's I don't know about you. That's what I'm after with my clients. What I want in my life is joy. Like, yeah.
Yeah, joy, happiness. I mean, it's like it's a freedom,
Yeah.
freedom to be, and that is what we're able to help people get to.
Well, and freedom to kind of discover who you are, like to be, instead of being drawn down with all this stuff, to be able to like, blossom and fly someone the other day on a podcast who was like about science fiction movies or something, they were talking about a guy who was a genius, and it was like, it's as if his family had a giraffe and they decided to strap it to an ox cart. You need to be able to go and be you and just blossom. Like, you don't need to be held back.
I agree. I totally agree. I am looking forward to seeing how you do this. I mean, I have worked with you, Fredric. I was one of your volunteers, and oh my gosh, wasn't that powerful?
That was the Hyperimperia thing. You were fantastic. I loved that. You were awesome. Yes.
I felt like a phoenix. I mean, I know it was absolutely fabulous, and it's just brilliant having people like you at these conferences, because and you're so enthusiastic, and you're very humble, and I love that. It's you are just very, very special human being, Fredric, and it is. I don't know. I really love getting to spend time with you.
Thank you. I just want to say thank you for that. And then also, like, HypnoThoughts is going to be awesome. I am really looking forward to seeing you there. I'm just looking forward to being there. Like, it is a fantastic conference. I always enjoy it when I go. There are so many people that are there, and like, there are fabulous presenters, and you get presenters from all over everywhere, and it's like lovely. It's going to be a great time, and it always is.
Oh yeah, the learning and the fun through learning, actually, because I believe we always learn better when we're having fun. Things get anchored in.
Well, you mentioned hanging out with each other. I mean, that's the other thing too, is you get time to like meet people, meet colleagues, meet other people that are doing what you're doing, meet the speakers, and hang out with us. And people might get bored with me, but that's fine. They can go hang out with the hundreds of other people that are there. Like, it'll be great. But to my mind, the biggest part of most any of our conferences, like the speakers, I always benefit from hearing. I've heard you speak, and you are fantastic. I think I've heard you speak on the topic you're speaking at this year at Thoughts, and it was fantastic. But the interaction with like just colleagues among the participants is just absolutely fabulous, and I learned so much outside the presentation rooms.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
actually, Fredric, I haven't spoken about this before, ever. I am actually, so although half of it is because I'm on for sort of like 1 hour and 50 minutes. So I will be showcasing the bunny talk process, but the first bit is actually about sharing about trauma bonding within families, narcissistic abuse for children. It will probably be quite harrowing at times. Might be for me, or it will be. It'll be fun as well, because I always make my presentations fun, and it is very interactive. So yeah, it's mine's titled one star review, the ultimate compliment. And it's and it's true, because actually I was my first husband was I don't diagnose. He had what some might call the personality disorder of narcissism. He has not been diagnosed. However, people, friends, it would say, but he's so nice. He's so nice. I'm going, yeah.
Being charming is a part of that diagnosis. Like, I've never met your husband. I'm definitely not diagnosing someone I've never met. But like, those people don't tend to get diagnosed because they don't come to therapy.
No.
Because they seem to think things are all right. It's just like all the destruction of the other people that are left in the wake. I'm gonna confess here, and I want to be careful. I know that you have told me parts of your story, and I don't want to be confusing stuff you've like told me in conversation and things that I've heard you say in presentations. But I know that your story regarding this is very powerful, because you have shared with me some of these things. And wow, that I will very much be looking forward to seeing what you put on the table with this, because I know at least a bit of your story, and I know that it's very, very powerful. And yeah, and I'm guessing the one star review is all about who it came from.
Yeah, well, him. That was from my ebook that I wrote. It's a parent's journey in the bunny talk process. But he somehow seemed to want to ingratiate himself into that book, and it was just like, wow, because it just literally was the ultimate compliment for me, because he showed his true colors. And and people then went, oh my gosh. And more people.
I'll draw an analogy here. I'm not labeling anyone that we're talking about. Like, again, I haven't met your husband, your ex. But there is a saying out there somewhere that you're known by the quality of your enemies. So yeah, like, there you go. 1-star review from the right person. That is absolutely right. The very best review.
Yeah, it really was.
From the wrong person. Yeah.
Yeah, because actually it just also affirmed me, because sometimes that's the thing with people who are recovering from narcissistic abuse, is that they second guess themselves. Is it me? Is it me, or was it or was it them? Is it, they think they're going crazy. However, that affirmed it all, and it was a huge compliment actually for me. And I sold more books as well, because people were wondering what on earth I'd written about him. Nothing. There was
nothing about him in the book. She's talking about things. Well, I like Ronia Fraser's work on this, and I saw her at a conference recently over in Europe. But I think you bring a whole different dimension to it because of your family and your children. Like, that is a whole other perspective and part that I think is just really powerful. And I think the parts of your story that I know I've heard from you, and again, I don't want to say much because I don't want to get confused about conversations versus presentations from you, but I know your story is very, very powerful. And I think I'll be there. Look, I'll be really looking forward to it. You also are just a fabulous presenter. The first time I heard you present, I remember it just knocked my socks off. In fact, I believe last year at HypnoThoughts, you had presented, and I actually went to Scott, and I was like, Claudia's presentation was one of the best things that we've had here. Like, she was really Scott Sandlin, who's the conference organizer. And I know he doesn't tend to get like positive comments about speakers very much. Negative comments will show up, positive comments. But I was moved by your presentation enough to actually went to Scott and was like, hey, Claudia it was, Babe Ruth pointed left field, knocking it out of the park. Like, it was just fantastic.
Oh, well, thank you, Fredric. Yeah. I mean, I am very passionate when I speak.
Not that I know if Scott will listen to me or not or anything. It's not like we're like super buddies or anything, but like, yeah. So yeah.
Yeah. No, I appreciate that, Fredric. So I'm looking forward to sharing that. Obviously, I'm not going to say it all on here, so otherwise, then that's little bits of my presentation. You'd have to come and see it. And then, of course, I am excited because I get a 2-day post-conference training the bunny talk process, which is the emotional intelligence bits and the process that I am actually will be needing a volunteer, because I will be doing it. I want to show how effective it is,
I believe I saw you do that, I think in Ireland, and you that your presentation is really one to be present in the room with. Like, I know they record them, but like what you do where you have a person come in and you're actually like drawing around them and stuff, it's super interesting and really emotionally powerful and engaging. And I do think it's the kind of thing that like being in the room to see you with that is really really powerful. I also know, you're known for the bunny talk process at this point. I've heard you talk about it on a number of occasions, but I also know that also comes from very intimately from like you and your family experience and you with your daughter. And it's a beautiful story. And I love these therapeutic processes that you have kind of emerging from your story and narrative and like who you are as a person and your own growth. I think that's really beautiful.
Thank you. Yeah, I think a lot of us are like that we do this work because of. and it can make us more passionate about it. And it is interesting, Fredric, I don't know if you find this, is that when something's going through on in your life, that you will then suddenly get a whole load of clients that have similar issues, and it's how you've managed it and so that you can be there and empathize that much more. Have you ever found that?
I find that we have client theme days sometimes when everybody's coming in for the same thing and they're all disconnected to each other, and I don't know why. So we definitely have that going on. Like, wow, this was so and so day. There you go.
I know. It's fun. Actually, I've got this here. I literally, I had a young person, and she was like showing me how much she goes out of kilter with a slinky, which actually I got from one of our colleagues on here, Matt Dixon. But anyway, she wound it up so much that it caused a knot. And that is literally what she gets inside her. And I went,
I mean, we want her to be more like the green one. Like, we need to get that disentangled, and like we need to get back to the green one for the girl. Like, that's where we need to be. Like,
she totally got it. And she
went, that's what right there. Like, yeah.
So when you use things like this, and this is what is all part of in the bunny talk, and it's but my following client, young person, had that as well, and I was able to show her. It's like, so I'm keeping this. This represents people's knots inside them, in their head, in their shoulders, whatever. It's perfect.
It's a nice illustration.
Yeah, because I'm very touchy-feely as well.
I love it that a client created it for you too. I've got one. It's not as good because it's not like the client can't like tie it in knots and stuff, but the little finger trap things. Like with anxiety issues, the more you put into it, the worse it gets. But when the more you put into it, the worse it gets. But when you just kind of relax and let go, it just falls away.
Oh, I'm going to get one. Can I get one and say I always say where I got things from?
Well, you can get like 50 of them for like $2 from Amazon. It'll be great.
I will. I
don't think you can buy one. I don't think it's possible to buy one, but you can buy a bag of 50 for like $2. It'll be great.
There you go. You see, I just love these kinds of things are just gold. And everybody, you are watching this, and this is the kind of thing that you get to learn and take away from when you go to the conferences. And HypnoThoughts Live is fantastic. There's lots of parties going on. It's the conversations in the hallways, in the elevators. They are fun. And I am super excited. I just love that. I love that. You see, I get so excited. Oh, can't wait to see you soon.
It'll be beautiful. I'm looking forward to seeing you.
Yeah, thank you for being on here, Fredric. And any of you, come and say hi to both of us because we're both lovely human beings.
We'll be wandering around. It'll be great. Well, Claudia will be at her table. I'll be wandering around. It'll be great. Come on by. Yeah, it's going to be a big time there. And I'm super excited about mine as well. Like, I think that it really is a little bit of a different take. It's really kind of poetical. And it is, the whole idea of causes is for emotional things is somewhat problematic. Like, sometimes there's an obvious cause, but a lot of times, but it doesn't even really matter, even when there's an obvious cause, because it's never about the event. It's about the emotion with it. And what we have to do is go deal with the emotion that's with it. And the emotion travels through all these different subsequent events and things and reactions that people have. And when we're able to go out and get rid of that emotion, then healing happens really fast. So it's going to be a lovely process. There you go.
Fredric, actually, I'm curious. Will you be doing a demo on somebody? Are you going to do a group?
Absolutely. Yeah, I'm going to demonstrate the process. And then there are several specific metaphors within it that I use that I think of as pocket metaphors that are like tools you use within the process. And so you'll get all that. It's not going to be, hey, let me show you this genius thing. And boy, after 20 years of practice, you may also be able to do this or whatever. It's like, no, here's a process. This is how this works. And it has a lot of flexibility and adaptability, but here are the tools. This is how you do it. Here's a demonstration. Actually, we'll probably just start with the demonstration and then deconstruct and talk about what happened. But it's definitely people that come and watch it will be able to, I mean, if you're able to do hypnosis, you'll be able to go out and do it. Like you can go do it with your client. It'll be really nice.
Yeah, no, I'll be there because you, as I said, you are phenomenal. You know,
You're really kind to me. I appreciate that.
You're not to be missed. It's yeah, you know, you do know your stuff. It's like, and as I say, it's wonderful having you on here, Fredric. So anyway, everybody, thank you for watching. Thank you for being on here, Fredric. And
thank you.
Yeah, I'll see you very soon. So it's goodbye from me, everybody, and it's goodbye from Fredric Mau. So take care, everybody. Thanks for watching. Bye.